Morning, it's 7 o'clock on Tuesday. I've just come down to the greenhouse to open up all the propagators. What I like to do is, when it's cold overnight, I'll come down sort of last thing at night, put the propagators on, and if it's really cold, I'll pop a fleece over the top of them. And then I come down first thing in the morning, take all the lids off, give them a wipe and clean them up, and then pop them back on for the rest of the day. It's quite a simple process, it doesn't take long at all. Just take the lids off. Give them a wipe over. Open the vents. Pop it back on. There we go, these should be happy for the rest of the day. Just go a bit steady with these plastic ones because plastic's a little bit brittle, so I don't want to snap it. It only takes 2 minutes, but I think it's worth doing. And spend all that time and effort growing these seedlings and bringing them on. Last thing we want to do is for them to get too cold overnight or too hot during the day. Vents open. Job done, quick and easy. So these are the seedlings that I potted up on Sunday. I forgot to mention in the video what it actually was. So we've got some cornflower, which I'm hoping will give a nice display in the summer. Some autumn green broccoli, some basil, and then these little pots here we've got some sprouts. I believe they're called Groninger, but I may well have got that wrong. And then these were done on the 5th of the 2nd, just Calabrese. I've got Bedfordshire champion onions, some form of cabbage, I'm not 100% sure, more cabbage, spinach. I think a lot of these are ready to go outside, but the weather's just not quite warm enough yet. And purple sprouting broccoli. Hopefully these will survive. I did some last year, but just as they were starting to produce a head, we had that really cold weather and it just killed them all off, so I didn't get anything. But this is what we've got growing at the moment for early March. Just waiting for the weather to warm up and then it's all going outside. Hello there, it's Wednesday evening and I'm finally getting around to sowing my tomatoes for this year. I'll be sowing 6 different varieties, which will be Japanese black Truffelli, Moneymaker, Mini Bell, Roma, blueberries and Ukrainian purple. I've pre-soaked the seed and cutting compost. See black Truffelli. Just going to do 4 of each. I've never grown these before, but I did see on one of Jessie's recent videos that she really rates them, so I thought I'd give them a try. Now, the black Truffelli are an indeterminate type of tomato, which until last year meant absolutely nothing to me. But what I have learned is that an indeterminate tomato is basically a vine tomato that will just grow and grow and grow until it's either killed by frost or disease. So you get your fruit spread out over a longer period of time. as opposed to determinate tomatoes, which produce smaller, bushier plants and give you most of your crop in the space of 2 or 3 weeks. But they also tend to ripen off a little bit earlier. So by sowing a combination of the two, we should get tomatoes throughout the whole season. So these are the money maker. I might do 6 of these actually, because I can always give them away if I don't use them. There we go. Put them back in the packet. And next, Mini Bell, which is a bush tomato. I grew these last year and I really, really like them. They are super sweet. Just going to go into the packet. Again, I might do 6 of these because they're only small bush plants. And keep a couple at home, take some up to the allotment. Pre-soaked the compost, and I've also had it on the windowsill propagator for a couple of days just to warm through, so there shouldn't be any shock to the seedlings. They should be nice and warm. Hopefully they'll germinate within a week or so. Now, some people have already sowed their seeds, but what I've read is you shouldn't sow them until 6 weeks before your last frost date. And where I live, my last frost date is the last week of April. So by sowing them now, I'm pretty much bang on 6 weeks, which should be perfect. Next up, Roma. Again, this is a determinate tomato, and I'm growing this one because we like to save the tomatoes and freeze them and use them for making sauces for pasta and curries and everything really. So I'm going to do, I might as well do 6 of these. Oh, I almost forgot to label the last ones. Mini Bell. I think what I can do as well is I might grow some in the polytunnel or the greenhouse and then put some outside. Because last year, one of my best tomato plants actually grew out of my compost bin. A really good harvest off it. And it seemed to thrive in the heat. Got some Roma. Two more to go. What have we got here? Blueberries. I've never seen this one before, but to be honest, I just bought it because it looked very nice, very visually appealing. So I thought, give that a go. You get a lot of seeds. Just 4 of these then. And the final one is a Ukrainian purple. Again, this is only my second ever year well, growing really. So the money maker and mini bell last year went really well. I thought I'd try a few different types. There we go. Also, I went to the allotment earlier today and made a short video about my greenhouse and the things that I've done to improve the strength of the greenhouse. So I might be able to publish that at some time in the future. It should be quite an interesting video. So that's the Ukrainian purple. So that's my tomatoes. And next, if I can find them, which I obviously can't. Because they're in my pocket. I'm going to sow some French marigolds and dahlia pom-pom mixed. I've already sown some of these, but I don't think they germinated very well. Oh, they didn't germinate at all. I left them in the greenhouse. I think they just got too damp. That being said, I'll probably sow these now and then the other ones will come up. You can never have too many dahlias. I might put these in. I was overwintering some dahlias from the garden, but the bad weather we had, it completely destroyed them. I think 12 should do it. That's 15. And then marigolds. I've tried to grow these in the past and never really managed it, so perhaps this year could be the year. I don't know if there's a special way you're supposed to plant these, but I think in nature the seeds don't get individually laid perfectly, do they? They just fall on the floor, and where they land is where they grow. So I'm not going to be too fussy. Left over, so I can all have two in. Where's me? Still got the label from last year. And already, I forgot to label one. So it's one of the tomatoes. So we've got the Japanese black truffelli, money maker, mini bell, Roma, Ukrainian purple. Let's get the blueberries. Just lightly cover them all with a bit of compost. Sit them all in a water bath for 5-10 minutes. I'll put those 2 in, put the other 3 in a little while. That brings us to the end of vlog number 3. Hope everyone enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Hopefully I shall see you again next time. Thanks a lot, bye.